If one of these anomalies is coming after you, sorry, but you're already dead. And not just you. These anomalies each have the power to destroy civilizations, planets, or in some cases, even entire planes of reality. These are the 10 most dangerous SCPs of all time, going in order from least dangerous to the true ultimate terror. Starting with number 10, SCP-682, the hard-to-destroy reptile. Old reliable. Except the only things that can reliably be said about SCP-682 is that it will break containment again sometime soon and kill scores more people, and it will also resist any attempt to kill it. That's because the primary anomalous capability of SCP-682 isn't raw power, it's adaptability. It seems to be able to alter both its physiology and in some cases its metaphysiology, to not only resist any conceivable attack, but also add that attack into its own arsenal. And the only thing that matches its power to adapt is its seemingly limitless malice towards all other living beings in the universe. But there are a lot of monsters out there that are hard to kill and love killing people. What bumps SCP-682 up to number 10 on the list of the most dangerous anomalies of all time? Like with a lot of other entities on this list, it's about the potential for it to become something so much worse. And amongst the endless attempts to actually kill 682, one possibility feels like an ominous question mark: using nuclear weapons. The O5 Council have forbidden this, out of fear that if SCP-682 could survive and metabolize a nuclear blast, adding that as a weapon to its arsenal, there might not be anything on Earth that could stop it. But all things considered, SCP-682 getting nuked feels a lot less likely than a few little pictures getting leaked on a popular social media site. Number 9. SCP-096, the Shy Guy. He's known for rampages that wipe out towns where unfortunate hikers are looking at their vacation snaps. But the Shy Guy's true potential for damage is actually so much higher. He's a completely indestructible being that is forced to hunt down and kill anyone who sees his face without exception. And while it's already bad news if you just saw the photo, imagine if that same face showed up on every jumbotron across the country, went viral on TikTok, and lit up screens in Times Square in London. Well, you might just get a feedback loop of rage-fueled murder that'll totally wipe out vast swaths of the human race, and all we could do was wait for it to happen. The potential for SCP-096 to cause an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario, if its photo ever hits mass media, does earn it a place on this list. But there's also an interesting reason why it isn't any higher on the list than this not-so-mighty number 9. A limit on 096's ability that you might not have considered. In 2020, there were around 43.3 million blind people, all of whom would be utterly unaffected by the rampage of SCP-096. And unless Mr. Beast figures out how to cure all 43.3 million blind people for a future video, those are folks that are staying off of SCP-096's potential kill list. It could not wipe out all the human race, even if it tried. But for 096 to destroy the majority of the population would require a concerted effort to spread its image everywhere. Our next anomaly would only take a few careless words to bring all of humanity to its knees. Number 8. SCP-2006, Too Spooky. Most of the time, this anomaly is downright adorable. He's kind of like if Pennywise was really terrible at his job. A polymorphic entity capable of assuming any form that it pleases, all with one purpose in mind: scaring the pants off of anyone it encounters, most often the Foundation personnel in the proximity of its containment. The thing limiting SCP-2006 is the fact that it's extremely gullible. The Foundation has been able to lock it into pretty useless forms, such as its favorite, the ridiculous-looking Ro-Man, by feeding it a steady diet of schlocky 50s monster movies. Any Foundation staff encountering it are instructed to act like it's the scariest thing ever, which seems to satisfy the creature. Doesn't seem like there's any harm here, right? Until you ask the question, what if it finds out what humanity is actually afraid of? While kept in Foundation-induced information blackout, 2006 is a harmless goofball. But if it discovered humanity's fears of deadly diseases, of nuclear war, of black holes, asteroids, and exploding suns, then it would suddenly take on some truly frightening ideas. With a creature as often silly as this, it's easy to forget that all it takes is a careless conversation within its hearing range, or the wrong DVD put into its player, and it could literally become humanity's worst nightmares. But you wouldn't need to do any of that to make our next anomaly dangerous. All you'd need to do is let her wake up. Number 7. SCP-239, Witch Child. If you're a fan of the Twilight Zone, then you know that a child with ultimate power can be an extremely dangerous thing. And SCP-239, the Witch Child, is no exception. This truly unique little girl has the power to completely rewrite reality, including that of her own body and mind with her thoughts. Anything she becomes aware of becomes subject to her ability to change it. Her psychic powers are so great, in fact, that her thinking about you for too long can kill you. In order to keep her tremendous power under control, the Foundation first tried the kind of deception tactics that work on SCP-2006, convincing her that her powers come from being a witch, and that she's only able to use them in the form of a pre-approved list of spells created by the Foundation. But kids have big imaginations, and when that imagination can bend the universe to its will, no containment will work forever. She's currently being kept in a medically induced coma while the Foundation figures out the next steps. But when she awakens, she could make the entire Foundation go bye-bye with a single thought if she feels like they've treated her improperly. Now, what if you took everything that was existentially frightening about the Witch Child and made her evil too? You'd probably be dealing with something like Number 6, SCP-2845, the Deer. This mean green mother from outer space is another unspeakably powerful monster that the Foundation can only keep under lock and key by means of deception. Put simply, it's a giant, cosmic deer-like entity with a human face that has reality-warping powers even greater than that of the Witch Child, and the bloodthirsty temperament of some ancient Mesoamerican god to match it. If left unchecked, the deer could either enslave us all to its will, or wipe us out with cosmic beams and natural disasters in an afternoon. One thing that we absolutely know about the deer is that it cannot resist a good sacrifice, and it's actually an incredibly complex ritual of sacrifice, mutilation, torture, and other general nastiness on the Foundation's part that even keeps this thing contained. What exactly gives this ritual its immense power? Bluffing, pure and simple. The ritual, which grows more complicated and bloodthirsty every year, is essentially security theater, like having to take your shoes off in the airport for the TSA. The ritual works because the deer thinks that it works. So in a way, the Foundation is penning it in with its own power. Pretty crafty, honestly. The problem is, lies are often an extremely fragile thing. And if the time ever comes that the deer realizes that nothing is actually keeping it locked up, prepare for the ritual to go worldwide. And it still seems more pleasant to deal with that than our next dangerous monstrosity. Number 5. It, from SCP-5000. This entity is so mysterious, so dangerous, so reviled, that the Foundation doesn't even have a number designation for it. It's only known as It. And if you think the Foundation performing a deadly and depraved ritual to keep the deer locked up was pretty bad, then how about them mounting an assault with the objective of wiping out all of humanity just to stop it? Because that's exactly what happened in the alternate universe that's the origin point of SCP-5000, a highly advanced autonomous stealth suit. So what made this thing so bad that it turned the Foundation into a legion of omnicidal madmen? It is an intangible entity that exists in the human psychosphere. That's everyone's collective minds fused together, also known as the unconscious. It could have been lurking there for thousands of years, manipulating the behavior of all of humanity ever since we learned to dream. What does it want? What is it capable of? Why is it doing any of this? The scary part is, for the most part, we don't even know. But whatever its intention is, its goal is considered so incredibly dangerous by the Foundation that it's a better outcome for humanity to be wiped out than to become a tool of this entity. But what's scarier? An anomaly that makes the Foundation carry out cruel and evil acts, or one so dangerous that it renders them completely useless? Number 4. SCP-001, When Day Breaks. Now we're in the big leagues with one of the most terrifying anomalies of all time. One awarded the rare Apollyon class, reserved for anomalies where containment is impossible. Unless you've been living under a rock, which ironically might be the only way to survive it, you've probably heard of when day breaks. It's the SCP anomaly that turns sunlight into a horrifying catalyst, melting every living thing it touches into waxy, oozing horrors. And if you think anomalous abilities will protect you, you're wrong. Because the when day breaks sunlight also has the uncanny ability to nullify the anomalous abilities of anything it touches. So normal humans and nigh invincible anomalies alike will be equally affected by its horrors. But don't get it twisted, this thing won't kill you. What actually happens is so much worse. Your mind will be melted along with your body, effectively turning you into a fanatical servant of the sun. You'll feel driven to find others and drag them out into the light, and fuse with your fellow melted brethren into giant blobs that go on the hunt for the unchanged until there are none left. And with When Day Breaks just chilling at number 4, you know the top 3 are gonna be absolute nightmares. Starting with number 3, SCP-2935, Oh Death. Beyond a limestone cave in Indiana, death waits. No, we're not talking about a skeleton in a black robe with a farming tool, or that weirdly badass wolf guy from the Puss in Boots sequel. We're talking about death in its purest, rawest form. The cessation of all life, from humanity and the animal kingdom to bacteria and viruses on the very smallest levels. And if you want to wipe your universe clean of all life, all you need to do is step through. The cave is kind of a metaphysical passage for death itself. It links parallel universes where all life suddenly stopped, where the bodies of the countless dead don't even rot, because there isn't even any microscopic life to kickstart the decomposition process. And if you pass through the cave into this museum of the lifeless, that's where you need to stay. Because if you make the trip back, you'll bring death with you and doom your universe to the same fate. And if you want an idea of just how serious this thing is, it's one of the only anomalies on record to have definitively killed SCP-682 in a different universe. This thing is so dangerous that there's only 2 anomalies out there that could even hope to stake the claim of being worse. Are you ready to meet them? Number 2. SCP-001, the Scarlet King. This guy eats gods, and that's one of his nicer qualities. The Scarlet King is a terrifying cosmic being who hates the fact that he was dragged into existence without his consent. So he's on a quest to unmake the universe one plane of reality at a time as part of his revenge. Not only does he have the reality warping abilities of the deer and the witch child, he's older than time as we know it. He also has unknowable legions of extremely powerful servants at his beck and call. In fact, some of the deadliest anomalies out there, including some believe SCP-682, may have actually been created by the Crimson Khan to further his objective of sowing chaos, discord, and general suffering through all that exists. All acts of primal savagery increase his power, and also increase the likelihood that it will be able to someday enter our universe and tear the whole thing down. And it wouldn't even be close to the first time he's done it. But there's one thing that even the Scarlet King can't fight: the force of entropy itself. And number 1, SCP-001, the Black Moon. Since the dawn of time, the Administrator, the being that started the SCP Foundation, has been preparing to fight one terrible entity, an entity known as the Black Moon, an embodiment of the universe's inevitable demise. It lurks in the shadows and always has, and exercises its ability by making things disappear. As the years keep coming, millions, billions, trillions more will disappear under the power of the Black Moon. It will steal life, snuff out every star, scrub away the galaxies, eat light, until all that is left is the darkness itself and the Administrator, doomed to watch everything else crumble and disappear under the Black Moon's wrath. Whether the very concept of existence will get a second chance is all down to whether the Administrator can beat the Black Moon in single combat in an empty universe someday. But the very fact that the Black Moon is personally capable of emptying out that universe makes it the most dangerous anomaly of all. Think we missed one? Tell us all about it down in the comments. Now go check out The Monster Becomes More Dangerous the More You Notice It. Proceed with caution. And these dangerous SCPs shouldn't be in our reality. For more.